Good morning, guys. For those of you who would like to boost your immune system, go to Alaska Chaga, click on that link, and remember, you get 10% off and free freight for being from the channel. And then for those of you who would like to learn more about CBD products, go to MartinBrodelCBD.com. And remember, for those of you who would like to earn a little extra money selling CBD products, send me an email. I'll give you the name and the phone number of the person to help you get started. And then for those of you who would like to have a great vitamin, and if you'd like to also earn extra money selling a great vitamin, go to takechargeyourhealth.usana.com. Click on that link. It's in the description box, last one down there. And when you click on that link, there's a picture of Robert and his wife. Click on that link and you'll see the phone number for Robert. They are a fantastic vitamin company, one of the best in the world. And it's the first time for me that I've taken a vitamin and my body actually absorbs the whole thing. Brenda has more energy. She feels better. I mean, it's just, they're fantastic. And then for those of you who would like to learn more or give a review of a company, or you got a story to tell, go to communityreviews.org. We truly do owe a debt of gratitude to the two men that created that platform. It's fantastic, and it's helping law enforcement to know who to go after. Let's go ahead and dig into, I'm going to start with this one right here. I was asked yesterday, someone said, well, you know, they talked to someone and it sounded like everything was normal in DC. So, you know, they said, well, I thought you said it was shut down. So here's what's going on. Here's what my source says. Morning, guys. Hopefully all had a wonderful evening. Good on our end on the Washington District of Criminals being closed. I'll explain it. After it was cleaned out underneath, it was turned over to the National Guard, and if individuals will remember, it was physically closed for tours for a period of time. And this allowed the National Guard to get individuals put into places after being told how things should appear later on. I want to say the National Guard was going to start allowing public tours again in March, sometime, so that it appears things are normal, so individuals don't go wild. However, where individuals miss the point on it being closed is the federal government is bankrupted, defunct, and de facto government, with appearances on the face of things, meaning it has no power. It only appears it does. So basically you have two governments running at once, one that has no authority and one that does, which is the republic government, for the people, not of the people. Those two words mean a lot. This goes into the Act of 1871 as well, when they, meaning the corrupt individuals within Congress, changed the wording in the original Constitution to of and from for, and set up for Washington District of Criminals as a corporation and a separate company operating out of Washington by way of Columbia, and much like the IRS out of Puerto Rico, which again was never voted on by the people for this to occur, which means they committed treason against the people in the dead of night by setting this corporation up to govern and subvert the freedoms from the people without any knowledge of the people. So in jest, it was a foreign corporation that stole land from the people and set up shop on a sovereign soil and land owned by the people. That's why I say everyone should truly learn about the Act of 1871 and 1913 and the original Constitution versus the 1871 Constitution, with all the words they changed and more amendments that were added. So yes, it's appearances only until things are done. And another thing individuals truly need to understand, Executive Orders 13848 and 13818 would be gone immediately if Biden was in control, and especially Executive Order 13848 would not have been extended again under the Biden regime. Individuals must think on that key point. Hope this helps. Have an amazing day. God bless. Godspeed. So, it's just for appearance's sake. The military is in control of the whole thing. So yes, as to the person and many others who are wondering, it's like, so So what's going on? Well, now you know. It's just to keep appearances up. That's all. And then this here from one of the viewers. They said, as my dad used to tell me, never give up, never shut up, and never let the bastards grind you down. Those words have been with me all my life. When I get so tired and ready to give up, I remember my dad's words. I thought this would help your viewers. Have a lovely day. Yeah, good point. Good point. And then from my source here. If you haven't watched this, this may help you guys understand what things are going to and supposed to be, plus other info. So this is on Rumble on Icons 2020. To the UN and the WHO, kiss humanity's ass. And so you can go there and click on that one. And then just a bit of logic here. He says, would Pelosi and others go to Ukraine if there was a full-blown war going on? First of all, no, and it's not a war. It's a military operation. Russia is going to clean up and remove the Nazis' biolabs, rescuing children and families from the corrupt installed CIA Soros-backed government over there. And Ukraine is still part of Russia, as individuals know, so that means it's not a war against another country, as they never finished the paperwork to become a country. Individuals keep forgetting this very thing. God bless, Godspeed. And I will add to that, just remember, Pelosi was arrested a long time ago. And then this here. Shared before, but individuals want to see pictures. He says go to livecoachcode.com. livecoachcode.com. Select search bar and type in chemtrails in search area. Search it and open it up, and you will see inside a chemtrail spraying operation, etc. Of course, now these are being used for good, along with the unfortunate wind individuals are having to spread it around, along with wonky weather to help clean up the air, soil, plants, and trees. God bless, Godspeed. So I will save that one. And then this here. These are well said and facts, especially for you guys and your viewers. Everyone says they hate a liar. Try being the one who tells the truth. Yeah. Yeah, Brenda and and all you guys out there, we've all learned what that's like. And then the first thing you should know about me is that I'm not you. A lot more will make sense after that. and that this here on celebrities, singers. All I'm going to say is several got out, and no, I will not give names, as some wish to be left alone and just live out their private lives. They did help with certain areas of this operation, and have been for many years, also while in the public eye. Hopefully everyone understands this out of respect for them, their families, and wishes. God bless, Godspeed. So yes, there are a number of people from Hollywood, singers and actors and so forth, who did get out, and they just want to be left alone. And I don't blame them. Hell. And then this from my source. Individuals need to listen to what Jason is explaining here. We can only give things for individuals to go research and learn. Like I've stated many times, public indoctrination camps, aka public education, medical industry, Petalwood, etc. We can give you the direction, but it is up to individuals to self-educate themselves, and this is part of Ascension, protecting your family and children. This is all designed for individuals to grow from, so when the keys are handed back, it never happens again. Again, we got the physical aspect, and viewers have the spreading and helping others aspect. Hopefully this finally sinks in. Stop relying on everyone else to do it for them. Again, that's how humanity ended up in the mess in the first place. Trust yourself and look within, or ask your higher divine self or God source creator. And the video he sent is Charlie Ward and Jason Q, numerology. We are heading somewhere, right? And We are heading somewhere right. Yes. And then that's on Chembuster. And then this here, let me save that one there. And then this. He says, I'm giving individuals a bit of guidance and help here, scribed in a very useful platform for individuals who want to take the time to research and learn along with the Wayback Machine. Happy hunting. God bless. Godspeed. And then this here on the Charlie Ward and Jason Q video. He says this will tie directly why I sent this a while back about what Jason says. Think public indoctrination, prison camps, education system. And it says hopefully it makes sense now why the children were sent home to the parents during Operation Warp Speed. Got to use discernment and logic, critical thinking, optics, clear the mind, eyes to see. In other words, when they sent these kids home and the people could see, the parents could see what the kids were learning, wow. We all thought it was such a bad thing that these kids were on Zoom. But guess what? Because of them being on Zoom, the parents had access to it too. So all of a sudden the parents could see and listen to what was being taught. That's what they could do. And boy, did that ever make a difference. Did that ever wake up a lot of parents? It's like, wow. And then this, never more a true statement from a source. Don't steal money. The government hates competition. So true. So true. And then let's go ahead and go over some other comments here. You're right. When I get down and out and I think about when is this movie going to be over, and I feel like they're dangling a carrot in front of me, giving us a little bit of some pieces of hope and then pushing it down the road, then I hear what you just said. It's not about me or you. It is about the children. And 1 million children underground in Australia, not counting the United States and other countries, is a lot of work. So I will be patient and stop my whining and complaining, because God doesn't like that anyway. Good one. And then this one here. Interesting how some defend the scriptures as the word of God, but forget that there are many writings that were not included based on what men decided. Rejecting certain books and ideas is the decision of past clergy and royalty. What qualifies them to decide and what is and isn't the word of God? Is everything in the Bible true? And is everything that's true in the Bible? I feel the calmness of knowing truth. That comes from my relationship with my Creator, that I am not a mistake headed for hell. Excuse me. It comes from trusting my God given gift of free will, that I am capable of discerning the truth if I allow myself to let my heart be my guide. That's what most struggle with, is trusting themselves to make the right choice. We are so used to someone telling us what to choose and what to think. We have lost touch with that divine quality God has gifted us with. Both Jesus and the Bible are great tools and guides, but shouldn't be worshipped or coveted as being the answer. They merely help us arrive at the answer. Whatever authority we aren't allowed to question is our tyrant. It's okay to question. God bless us all. I agree. Well said, Steve. Well said. And then this, life is going to be tough for the transgenders after the cleanup. People will just see them as a reminder of the woke tyranny we've had to live with. Yeah, after the cleanup, there's going to be, I don't know who's going to be left. I really don't. Because even after the big event, we have a lot of exposure to go through. Exposing all these people who've been arrested, tribunaled, executed, or put in prison forever. It's just going to mess with so many people. My goodness. And then violent jihadists got their country back. Laugh out loud. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And then, Martin, do you think my real name is Trouble Runner? I know you weren't talking about folks like me. If I thought it would be safe for me, I'd use my real name. It has worried me for some time that you use your real name and even have your address in your description. I pray every night for you and Brenda to be safe. Well, thank you. When I think about it, I realize if Joey and the crew were in control, you probably wouldn't be where you are doing what you do. Exactly. Exactly my point. We wouldn't be here. Sherry Ray wouldn't be here. Linda Paris, Charlie Ward, and so many others. We'd all be rounded up. I mean, if you want any real proof that this stuff is happening, that the White Hats are in control, you don't have to look any further than that. And then this, you're absolutely right, Martin. Our intelligence has been desecrated because of the internet and its original purpose. We have all been slowly brainwashed. Our brains have been corrupted to the extent we are all part, or in part, zombies, especially the younger generations. I am hoping that when we get the new Starlink internet, all existing platforms and apps will disappear. We do really need to get back to a normal life, learning and talking to each other, not to digital friends before the advent of the internet. I agree. Yes. And then this here is what Martin, if people keep losing their page on Rumble, it might be because of the browser you're using. People say I don't use Google's. Some say use DuckDuckGo. And DuckDuckGo apparently is owned by them. And then this, on Earth we have the luxury of a magnetosphere which protects us from intense radiation from the sun. Most of the bad stuff, such as gamma cosmic rays and microwave radiation, Mars lacks such protection. Anyone on the surface will need special suits, not only for the lack of oxygen, but also to shield from radiation from the sun, hence the need to live subterranean on Mars for long-term survival. Mars is further away, so the energy density is much less than it would be on Earth if it lacked magnetosphere, but still harmful nonetheless. And then this here. Exactly. It's against the law and the Constitution. I would bet they have already put the signature down, final nail in their coffin. And then this one. Martin, you need to be more careful how you put our religious information to your viewers. You need to be more cautious when you slice and dice the affairs of man and somehow interject or try to make a parallel comparison to the divine nature and sovereignty of God Almighty. First of all, according to the scriptures, there is no truth in any of us. The Bible states we, man, are a fallen entity straight from this Garden of Eden. We are all sinners, and the truth is not in any of us, not even in our glands. Apart from Jesus, we are all doomed and headed to hell. He intervened. Well, if that's how you believe, that's how you believe. It says Q is not divine, and we are not to put our trust in him. And when it is all said and done, God is the final authority and governs the affairs of each and every one of us. Now, I agree, God is the final authority. I agree with you on that. But God also has a plan for each one of us. All of us. Anyway, thank you for that. And then this. OMG, I haven't heard the phrase goody two-shoes in so long. Thanks for the chuckle. P.S. I notice you get really mad when someone attacks Brenda, but when they attack you, no big deal. Real bad move, in my opinion. No way I could do what you're doing. I thank God that's not my role in the greatest story ever told, or never told. But a shit show right now, huh? I don't. They can attack me all day long. I don't care. But Brenda does not deserve to be attacked. Absolutely not. And she's an awesome lady, and I love her dearly. And then you nailed it, Martin. You can't wake up a troll. They paid to make you look stupid and try to debunk you. I just give them a stupid comment because they don't know. I'm using them as well. It keeps my comments on top of the others, and it's showing the world these are stupid people in the world. So you troll are losing the battle. You never win. Exactly, they never do. And then this here. This be funny, Martin. Let them be arrested. Democrat and campaign from jail cell doing an interview through the cell. You know what the idea that cracks me up is having them over there at Gitmo or some other jail, and they're having to watch themselves, their body doubles and stuff in CGI, show just how stupid they really are. And then this, did your YouTube channel come back up? All of a sudden today you come up all in my recommended videos. Just watched one from March of 2020. I'm not back on YouTube. I won't go back on YouTube unless one of the good entities buys it up and uses it. I won't go back on there. And then this here. I was always good at murder mysteries, figuring it out early, but this one has had so many change-ups and connections that still wondering what shit will blend into the story tomorrow. What a show. Yeah, I know. I agree. And then future proves past. You can't know until it already happened. Enemy can't defend what he can't foresee. And then this one. Nice letter, Martin. Thank you. Yeah, she wrote a really nice one, for sure. And then the haze blew out this afternoon, and the sky was beautiful, blue, like I haven't seen for years. Signs of what's happening. Great day in Ohio. Yeah, same here. It is, yeah, wow. It is a clear day here, for sure. And then this. Sounds like a company making millstones about how it could make a fortune. And then this. The OC fires were not brush fires at all. No news coverage of burning trees or hillsides. Only homes burning exactly like the houses that burned in the Paradise Fires. Peggy Hall, the Healthy American channel, made this video and 2 others. This is a condensed video but gives all the pertinent info. And that's on my video, Military Finds Pesticides in Moderna. So go there and you'll see that one. And then this here. Newt Gingrich said it very well. Intellectual yet idiots. Yeah, actually I call them pseudo-intellectuals. And then this here. Hi, Martin, AOC arrested, question mark, for what crime? Being a useful idiot, twat, like the comedy shows of history. She makes me crazy, but I hardly believe she was a big fish needing erasure. Would like a yay or a nay in comments from your source on this one? I don't know if he needs to. He doesn't. The fact is, if you followed her from the beginning, you knew that her handlers were deep into money. I don't know if it's money laundering, but they stole a whole bunch of cash, a whole bunch of money, and they took it and they used it in a way that they shouldn't have. And anyways, that's why she got rid, or the guy that was with her originally, he went bye-bye. But these people tend to be part of stuff that we don't know anything about. So keep that in mind. But if my source wants to respond to that one, he certainly is more than welcome to do so. And then this here. I enjoy your informative and brief updates. Search on Rumble and one word. MartinBrodel, no space. Yeah, just capitalize the M and the B. And then this here. White House Visitor Center still lists Trump as president. We are under devolution. 45 is still president. Yes, indeed. Yeah, when you look at that deal, like Nancy Drew, Trump is the last president still. And then, and as you learn from my source, it's the National Guard that's running the tours and everything, trying to make it look normal. And then this, cloud cloaking UFOs. Hi, Martin. When you mentioned the cloud cloaking UFO, it brought back a memory of something that I witnessed about 20 years ago. I lived in the country back then, and there was a large field directly behind my home. It was summertime, and I was standing on the back patio just enjoying the afternoon. That's when I noticed this huge cloud way off in the distance. It looked like all the other clouds in the sky, except that it was emitting clouds from the top of it, and they were rolling in front of something inside the cloud. As it was headed directly towards me at a steady pace, I stood there in awe, trying to figure out what exactly I was witnessing. Whatever it was, new clouds were forming out of the top and going in front to the bottom of this thing in the direction it was moving. To me, it looked like a carpet was being rolled out. That's the best way I could describe it, a big, white, fluffy carpet. Whatever it was, it stopped directly over the field in front of me. The very last thing I remembered was that the cloud carpet started to roll downwards towards the ground. That's all I remember. I lost time after that. When you mentioned the cloud cloaking, it brought back this memory. Yeah, it's weird. Weird. Thank you. Thanks for that. And then, let's see here. That one. This one here. She says, I don't see how people can sleep through these times. I do, however, understand people fearing for their loved ones. That's not going to stop. It's natural and normal. I put the Father and Jesus before my loved ones and my loved ones before myself. I don't care what anyone says about choice. If you don't know you have one, how can you make one? My aunt and uncle cared enough about what was going on not to vote for their party choice in 2016. They were ecstatic when they realized they had made the right choice voting for Trump. His message spoke to their beliefs, and he didn't disappoint them. They are simple, uneducated folks who only want peace. I was able to talk them out of getting the jab, but they won't even entertain the thought that the Bible has been tampered with. Even if I believed in aliens, I'd never be able to convince them that they were anything other than demonic servants of Satan. I wouldn't give up on them. My sons, my 90-year-old dad, my sister, my brothers, my nieces and nephews, my friends and my neighbors. I won't stop worrying about them, and that is the example I am giving them to follow. I don't think our Father would have it any other way. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I know I'm stubborn too. It's hard to give up on people, especially when you love and care for them. And then this, OMG, I haven't heard the phrase goody two shoes. Okay, I've read that one before. Thank you. And then this here. Greetings, Martin. Just wanted to drop a note about what's happening in Mississippi. I live in the middle of the Delta, as you already know, but it is nothing but farm country, corn, soybeans, and cotton. Something is different, though. The crop dusters aren't flying as they usually do, spraying their Roundup. Could it be they are no longer planting GMO? No one is talking, and I don't push the issue, being I am barely tolerated around here anyway. Crazy vet. I still can't shake the feeling I am supposed to do or accomplish something. I just keep working on putting it out of my mind. If I am destined to do whatever it may be, the task will reveal itself in time, and I pray I will still have the strength and testicular fortitude, the balls, to face it head on with no regard for myself, for I know all too well what's at stake, and the slightest faltering, misreading, or indecision will cost lives, if not the battle. If your source is listening, I say to you, I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, brother, at the breach, and fire my weapon without hesitation, and make each round count. I am no longer able to manage my weapon, then I will help with ammo and load magazines. I am no longer able to maintain that task, then I will bring water and chow. If that proves to be difficult, then I will attend the wounded and dying. If I'm no longer moving among the brave and fallen, then I have breathed my last breath among my brothers, and all I ask now is that you strip my body of anything useful and continue the fight. The time for mourning the dead will come after the war, and I will meet you at the final formation. If you ever need an old, worn, weathered, and tested warrior, I am at your disposal. We use to listen to the gale when going on mission. I don't know if that is still allowed. I hope so. Now I just listened to O Fortuna. Wow. And he says down here, I have included them for you to check out, Martin, if you have not heard them before, but I'm sure you have. Wow. Pretty nice. Thank you. And then this here. Search has not been working today on Rumble. And then this here. Okay, this is the story about a squirrel named Squammy. He's the brother of a squirrel named Squammy. Gets a little squeamish at times with all the world news. So Squammy went to Washington, D.C. to see if he can prove to himself that D.C. District of Criminals is actually closed down and boarded up. He walks around and finds out it's actually true, and he's so happy, and he has a celebration, and then he runs all the way back home to California. But then months later, because he's such a squirrel, he gets distracted very easily. It's called, excuse me for going a little squirrel on you. He starts complaining that it's taking too long and continues to listen to the fake news he cannot get away from. So even though he proved to himself he's now going back to his old ways. This story was based on real events, but I changed the names to protect those who act a little idiotic. The moral of this story is to stop going squirrel, please, and have patience. P.S. If you look up the definition of father, it equals in many translations the source. So biblically speaking, Father or Heavenly Father equals source of all creation. Good one. And then this here. Hi, Martin. We will still use the Gregorian calendar or go back to the original calendar, which is 13 months, 28 days. Thanks. And then this here. Martin, just on your comment, the gays going over to Trump in 2019, a gay dating app posted a survey on its website asking a limited sample of 10,000 gay men across America who they intended voting for in the 2020 elections. Apparently, 45% responded that they intended to vote for Trump. This caused a stir and refutations from gay media. There's way more support in the LGBT community, which I am part of, that love Trump. By the way, my guess is roughly 45% of the LGBT community are not buying into the woke and grooming agenda that the left are trying to normalize through association with our community. Thank you for that comment. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for the information. And then this here. Hi, Martin. Here's my thoughts on the stock market and its fall over the past few weeks. We've been told the cabal's funds have been drying up due to several interactions with the alliance. The market is the last vestige they have for funding their scheme. I think the cabal has been selling for their dollars to try to continue their efforts. If this is true, then these funds will also be depleted. As for me, it's buy time. Enjoy your day. And then this one. And there was the savior Trump pushing this poison on the peasants. Yeah, when he did that, and he had his reasons for doing it, but if you notice, he's finally stopped. Thank goodness. And then, hi, Martin, obviously there will be thousands, maybe tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands arrested. They cannot all go to Gitmo. We will find out where they go, and we will see, and we see them show it. I think Greenland is a major black site to take them, but there must be others, and prison ships are a temporary place to hold them. They can't be on boats forever, I believe. Thank you again for your thoughts. Here's what my source said about all that. They do have room for all the prisoners, because he said, keep in mind, most of them basically, in essence, they're not going to be alive long enough to worry about. So they're going to get arrested. There's going to be a bunch of trials set up, so that you're going to have a lot of trials going on at the same time. And they're going to be put through the evidence. They're not arresting anybody that they don't have evidence on. So, in other words, what I'm saying is that whoever they go for and arrest, they've already got the evidence on them that they need. So they just go through. And these people they will not have long to live. That's for sure. And then Martin, I have a beef with Jim Crenshaw. First, he is lying about Trump being an elitist that is chummy with the deep state. Not the first time. It's obvious that he doesn't have a clue about the military operation and Trump's part in this operation. So what Crenshaw is doing is dividing the patriots, and it's pissing me off. Link below for the latest BS. You know what Jim Crenshaw seems to do is he just takes videos from different people to put them on his channel. That's what I gather. And then let me go ahead and get that one up from Brenda. And then this here. It says, about a year ago, I heard that in some of these underground facilities, young girls who have been reached childbearing age are continuously impregnated for several years. After they are too weak to have any more babies, they are killed. The babies are sold like meat or sacrificed. Some may be raised as slaves. We can't turn our backs on these people. If all you are able to do is know and understand what's going on and offer prayers for the rescue, that's better than turning your back on them. I'm no soldier hero. God bless them all. But I have knees and I know how to pray. As we have often heard, the choice is to know is ours. I can understand why people don't want to think about such things, but it's a hell of a lot better than living it. Live, learn, and pray. If that's all you can do, it's enough. You'd be surprised how much help that is for those who are working to end this evil. Exactly. Well said. Well said. And then this person says all U.S. politicians have taken acting classes. A lot of them have, as a matter of fact. And that is all for now. I want to thank all of you for your support, whether it's by way of PayPal, checks, or cash in the mail. And thank you for supporting the sponsors of this channel. Alaska Chaga Tea, Hero Soap Company, MartinBrodelCBD.com, TakeChargeYourHealth.usana.com, as well as CommunityReviews.org. God bless you and have a good day. Bye-bye now.